Welcome students. Here today in this class we will be discussing about the different parts of the roots. In the previous class we have started with this new topic and we have seen the different, that is, functions of roots. What is root, functions of root, and we have even seen the categories of the root, that is, we have primary root, and from the primary root arises the secondary root, and from the secondary root arises the tertiary root, and so on it will be going. So these are the different categories of the roots. We have seen the functions, that is absorption of water and minerals. Roots also helps in holding the plant to the soil. It also helps in storage of food, and it also helps in the synthesis of plant growth regulators. We have seen, that is, types of root, that is taproot system, which arises from the radicle, that is a primary root arises from the radicle which grows laterally. And we have seen this adventitious roots, that is, except from radicle, the roots arising from the any other part of the plant, then those are adventitious roots. And here a type of fiber, that is adventitious roots, that is fibrous roots. How? That is, the primary root will be there, which will be disappearing later, will give rise to clusters of fibrous thin structures. Those are called as the fibrous roots. They arise from the base of the stem. Today in this class we will study about the parts of the root. Parts of the root. On the root we have root cap, we have region of meristematic activity, we have region of elongation, we have region of maturation, and we also see root hairs. These are the different parts of the roots. So coming to one by one, the first is the root cap. This is the apex of the root. This is the apex of root, tip of the root, tip of the root. So here at this apical region of the root, or the tip of the root, is covered with a cap-like structures. It is covered with a cap-like structures. Some cover is there on the tip of the root. So that structure is called as root cap. This basically this black structure which is covering this tip of the root, this is called as root cap. Root cap, here this root cap, why do we wear cap? To protect our head from sun or from various, that is, cold. Why do we wear helmet? To protect ourselves from injuries. So this cap, the function of the cap is the same. It protects this root, especially this region of the root, apical region of the root. This apical region of the root is very important. Why? Because here in this region, this just above this cap, here we find meristematic cells. We find meristematic cells. Here these meristematic cells are very important. These are very rapidly dividing cells. Because of this meristematic cells only the growth will be seen. So this region has to be properly protected, and this region, as the root is positively geotropic, it will grow vertically downwards, that is, the root will grow towards the soil. So it will go deep inside it. So it will be very rough inside the soil. It will be very rough. So to avoid that way, the roots will wear and tear. So to protect that root from wear and tear while going downwards in the rough surface, so the roots will be having a cover that is called as the root cap. It helps the roots, it protects the roots from wear and tear. It protects. The major function of the root cap is to provide protection to the root, especially this part, meristematic part of the root, where we have rapidly dividing cells. So root cap, in few plants, almost in the in the air, water plants, the plants which are present, which lives in aquatic habitat, instead of root caps, they have root pockets. Instead of root caps, they have root pockets. Aquatic plants. In aquatic plants, instead of root caps, we find root pockets. Okay, so these root pockets helps the plant to float. They provide buoyancy inside that parenchyma will be there inside the plant. They will float. So instead of root caps, root pockets will be seen in aquatic plants, whereas the plants which we find on the land, the terrestrial plants, will have root caps. It will have root caps. Just above this root cap, that is just above this tip, here we find the cells, small cells will be present. So these cells are called as meristematic cells. These cells are called as meristematic cells. We all know what are meristematic cells. Meristematic cells are the rapidly dividing, very fast dividing cells. Very fast dividing cells. So just above this tip we find meristematic cells, and the place where we find this meristematic cells, that is called as region of meristematic activity or zone of meristematic cells. We can even call it as zone of meristematic cells. Zone of meristematic cells. Inside this, the cells will rapidly divide and produce new number of cells. So now the cells which are present in this meristematic region, the cells which are present in meristematic region or meristematic zone, the cells are small. Cells are small. The cells which are present in the meristematic zone, this is the zone of meristematic activity or meristematic zone where we find meristematic cells. These meristematic cells are small and they have very thin cell wall. They have very thin cell wall. The cell wall is thin because they will be continuously dividing. So for this, flexibility should be there inside the cell. If the cell wall is thick, the cell will not have that much of flexibility. So flexibility will be lost with the thick cell wall. So instead of thick cell wall, the cells will have thin cell wall. This thin cell wall will provide the cell the flexibility and it can divide easily. It can divide easily. So apart from this thin cell wall, they have dense protoplasm. They have dense protoplasm. Protoplasm is dense, that is, here these rapidly dividing cells requires the food and nutrients because they are continuously dividing. Very rapid dividing is rapid division is seen here. So this rapid activity, for doing this activity very fast, very rapid activity, the cells require food material. The cell require nutrients. So all the food material and nutrients will be present in the protoplasm. So that is why the cells which are present in the meristematic region, those are small cells, smaller in size. They have thin cell wall and they have dense protoplasm. They have dense protoplasm which consists of all the nutrients and food, that is, all the nutrients will be present inside the protoplasm, by taking which the cell will be rapidly dividing, and this thin cell wall will also help by giving flexibility. So this region just above this tip, just here, this is the meristematic region in which we have meristematic cells. There will be rapid division of cells. New cells will be formed. Because of the rapid division of the cell, new cells will be formed. So now the divided cells will move towards the another part, that is region of elongation. Just prior, that is just above this meristematic activity or meristematic zone, we have the zone of elongation. This part from here till here, this is called as zone of elongation. the newly produced cell from meristematic zone, they move into the zone of elongation. Here the cells will elongate. In this meristematic zone, the size of the cell was small, but here in this zone of elongation, the cells will grow in size. The cells will grow in size. The cell will elongate. All the organelles will be properly formed. The cell will grow. That is, it will increase in size. All the organelles which are will be formed. The cell wall will become thick. So like this. So in the zone of elongation, the cell will grow. The cell will grow, increase in size. All the organelles will be formed. So this all will be seen in the zone of elongation. These are the cells. So the small cells will elongate themselves, will grow in size. So this region where the growth of the cell is seen, so this is called as zone of elongation. Zone of elongation. Now in this zone, that is, the cell will grow, the cells will elongate, increase in size, and they start to differentiate. The cells will start to differentiate. That is, they will be given a proper function. They will be given a proper function, and depending on that function, they will prepare themselves. The cells, these cells which are in the zone of elongation, after it, that is, they will be given a proper function. So according to that function, the cell will grow. According to that function, the cell will grow. So here growth of the cell will be seen, that is in the zone of elongation. Now these cells have been differentiated. These cells have been differentiated, given proper function. For example, proper function in the sense, some cells, many are there now, out of these many number of cells, some cell, few cells will perform the function of, they will change into cortical, that is epithelial cells. Few cells will change into parenchymatous cells. Few cells will change into xylem, and that is, few cells will change into different types cells of xylem. Few cells will change into, will perform the function of phloem. So they will be differentiated, they will be given the function, and depending the cells which are in this region, they will be continuously growing, and they will be differentiate. After differentiation, they will grow, they will grow according to the function they are given. If they are given the function of forming tracheids, tracheids is a cell which is present in xylem. What happens? The protoplasm will become less. The protoplasm will be decreased. The cells will lose protoplasm, and the cell will become dead cell. They help in transport of water. But if it becomes parenchymatous cells, the protoplasm will be as it is. There will be no change in protoplasm. So few cells will change into epithelial cells. Few cells will change into xylem, few cells will change into phloem, few cells will be giving the function of, that is, different functions will be given. So according to this function, the cell will grow, and after growth, the cells will enter into another region that is called as zone of maturation. From this zone of elongation, cell will move to another region which is just above the zone of elongation, that is called as zone of maturation. Zone of maturation. The cells will be totally differentiated. The cells will be totally differentiated, and here these cells, out of these cells, the few have become this one, these black ones, these have become changed into epithelial cells. I'll write here epithelial cells. Few cells have become parenchymatous cell. Few cells have become parenchymatous cells. Few cells have become this that is conducting cells. They perform the function of conduction, that is xylem and phloem, which forms the vascular bundle. which forms the vascular bundle. So cells, according to how they are differentiated, what function they are given. So some will be moving towards the side, they will be the epithelial cells. Here in the middle we have this parenchymatous cells, and in the center we have this xylem and phloem, that is conducting cells. So all these together, these are called as the cortical cells. They belong to cortex region, cortical cells. Elongated, differentiated, giving, that is they are performing functions. This epithelial cell, the function of epithelial cell is to provide protection. The function of epithelial cell is to provide protection. This parenchymatous cells and this xylem and phloem, this forms this ground tissue. This forms the epithelial tissue, this forms the ground tissue, this forms the conducting tissue. Xylem and phloem forms the conducting tissue. So when the cells have been elongated, after elongation the cell will undergo differentiation. The cells will be, few cells will be forming the epithelial tissue, few cells will be forming the ground tissue, few cells will be forming the conducting tissue. In the middle we have conducting tissue, and in the sides, at the sides we have epithelial tissue, and in between this epithelial tissue and conducting tissue we have ground tissue. So these cells will be differentiated into this, and they will be performing the functions accordingly. So here these are the different regions or the different parts of the roots. The first part is the root cap. The root cap is present at the tip of the root. It will be covering the root and it helps the root, it protects the root from wear and tear. Few plants have, that is the plants on the land, terrestrial plants will have root caps, and the plants which lives in water, instead of root caps they will be having root pockets. Just above this root cap, that is here, just above the tip we have zone of meristematic activity or meristematic zone, in which we find meristematic cells. These are thin cells, small cells with thin cell wall and dense protoplasm. Then this divided cells will move towards another region, that is zone of elongation. Here the cell will grow in size, it starts differentiating. So now afterwards it moves to the another zone, the last one, that is zone of maturation. It is also zone of maturation. Here in this the cells will be properly differentiated and move, they form the cortical cells. And here from this epithelial cells, arises hair-like structures. This is at the side we have epithelial cells which forms the epithelial tissue. So from this epithelial cells now small hair-like structures will be arising. Those small hair-like structures are called as root hairs. These root hairs helps in absorption of water. So this region where root hairs are present, it is also called as region of root hairs, or it is also called as region of absorption, because root hairs helps in the absorption of water. So this was all about the different parts of the roots, that is we have root cap, that is we have meristematic zone, then we have zone of elongation, then we have zone of maturation, and from this that is epithelial cells arises small thin thread-like structures, those are called as the root hairs. So these are the different parts of the roots. Functions we have already seen. Now we have said that apart from performing the function, that is absorption of water, giving anchorage to the plant and producing plant growth regulators or synthesizing plant growth regulators, the roots will also be performing some additional function. They will adapt themselves and to perform some additional function apart from the basic functions. So those are called as the modifications. Those adaptations are called as the modifications of root. In the next class, we will see the different modifications of roots.